Even still, I remember when Shiro came to me with this scheme. I almost laughed in his face. But there was something magnetic about his ambition. In time, we all came to share his beliefs. Technology could no longer be allowed to drive itself. It had to be driven with purpose, intention. We called ourselves the League of 12, but we still faced a major hurdle. New scientific development had always been driven by nations and money. If our dream was to succeed, it would need to find a way to decouple itself from such concerns. There were early roadblocks, but the League of 12 emerged from those experiences willing to go farther and push harder to make our post-scarcity dreams a reality. Thus was born the Eden Collective, a way of circumventing the nations and money that made themselves an impediment to our progress. We took our dream to the people, a crowdsourced series of projects meant to summon a future we could believe in. There was Dr. Scott's plan for a Dyson sphere, meant to solve the problem of renewable energy. There was lots of talk about nanotechnology and matter replication. Dr. Zhao committed himself to solving the problem of physicalized transport. He believed the digital age meant data was free, but people were still chained to geography. True freedom could not be achieved until you could move people as easily as bits and bytes in a computer network. And there was Project Adam, Shiro's initiative, a super-intelligent computer capable of guiding human decision-making. He believed it key to the whole enterprise. In the end, none of it was enough. Despite early successes, the people of the world just weren't willing to pay for Shiro's plans at the scale he'd envisioned them. We were devastated. It seemed people didn't really want to save the world. Or, at least, were too trapped by the calcified systems that ran things to act on that want. In the end, we all formed corporations. That's what we became known for. The 12 science industrialists who built their empires out of the ashes of a beautiful dream. Shiro's move to incorporate Eden Collective was the final blow to any vestige of young, hopeful idealism any of us had left. Shiro had changed dramatically from that driven, idealistic young man scarred by the war. But there was still more change to come. The Eden Collective started with a bang, but ended with a whimper, with each one of the prime movers leaving quietly to form corporations in its aftermath. In retrospect, it was always doomed to fail. People only cared about what made money, what was legal, what was moral. No one cared about what made progress, what was right, what was necessary. No one except Shiro. And he continued his commitment to the dream of Eden long after the rest of us had given up and returned to our normal lives. But his experience with people had taken its toll. He took a dim view of the human animal after that, increasingly disconnected from the mankind he was supposedly trying to save. I believe he was so used to doing the impossible, to getting his way, that to find those few things in which he could not, the things that really mattered, was too much for his massive and fragile ego to bear. Those of us who knew him best could see he was coming apart at the seams, and separated ourselves from him as such. In the years leading up to the Shinjuku Cataclysm, Shiro poured billions into Project Adam and the Curiosity Protocols. An endeavor the foremost computer scientists agree was little more than vaporware, impossible, even by today's standards. Unfortunately, when Hideki perished in the blast, we had not spoken for 5 years. Much has been written about our marriage and its subsequent fallout, none of which I have any desire to rehash here, except to say that, despite everything, I loved him. However, I am not so foolish as to believe he loved me back. In the end, Hideki Shiro was not capable of loving anything except the dream.
Yeah. Anything else right here?
I'm back, so you come back in the front.
I'll be here if you need me.
I'm reading huge energy spikes from the solar beams. It looks like the synthetics are trying to reach them. I'd stop them if I were you.
You must understand the good being undone by your actions. Eden is a good place, furthering the goals of peace and progress. Whatever you've been told otherwise is mere propaganda. You are a terrorist against the future. I beg of you, cease this mindless destruction.
Not the gun.
This tower is the dream of my father. Like the company it represents, it is a shining beacon of hope to the world. You terrorist! Stop! Don't make me come down there!
Love you.
This place just keeps getting weirder. The data we're pulling appears to be dynamic. It's maintaining some kind of structure, but it's hard to nail down. Stand by, okay? This is incredible. This data, it's unlike anything we've ever seen. I'm having a lot of trouble interpreting it. This place is nuts to the buns. Quantum storage at a level beyond anything the public knows about. It's taxing my hardware to the limit just to keep up.
Eden Corp.
Whatever happens, I know you got this. Very nice.
Do you even know what it was like in the old days? When people had scarcely 100 years, if they were lucky. Desperate men and women, freezing their brain tissue in the hopes of cheating death. And all because they were born in the wrong century, the wrong decade.
More of them incoming. Don't let them reach those beams.
No space, no air, no water. War fought over what liberty had. People were scared. People needed hope.
Exterminate. Exterminate. Deploy primary cannon. Increasing radiation load.
Well, I hate my dad, so... Hey, operative. Check out the labels on those computers. Adam X10. Isn't that the thing that Simon was talking about?
I'm not sure. Hang on, I'll check my databanks. Oh, that's right. I deleted that incident because it frightened me. I'll just take your word for it.
Here we go.
Okay.
I want you to picture the people stuffed in their boxes, primitive technology, desperate as one might desperately board a leaky raft out of another century. Facilities where cooling failed. Brownouts, no electricity, bodies baking in heat, decomposing in tin cans. Corpses stacked 5 to a private. And each time, precious days lost. Even the basic connections, even the cover of soul.
Improving. Full budget.
I remember the pain. Can you imagine?
Battering protocols.
To know immortality will come, but not for your lifetime. To miss eternity by a hair's breadth. He never cried for this. The pain I saw was for those he missed. The souls he never saved because he was too slow. Because the art of progress wasn't fast enough. Now, his soul is gone. Just as theirs. Tell me, intruder. Do you have family? Have none of them been saved by Eden products? Is it fair to drag them into your campaign of self-destruction? Surrender, and your consequences will be severe.
Anyone, but...
Alarm? What alarm? Why would you say that? What is there to be alarmed about?
But I've been keeping an eye on the energy field, and it's staying on for longer and longer intervals. I think they're getting the power back on.
We'll be trapped! We need to get out of here!
Calm down, Simon. We know.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe.
No, yeah. I'm definitely not imagining it. It keeps changing shape. Almost there.
My father had a dream for the future. One where humanity walked hand in hand into the stars. He built this place with his life and his sacrifice. What have you created? You know nothing but destruction. You are a virus, a parasite, feeding off the waste of the system. You terrorist! Stop! Stop at once! Surrender, and your consequences will be severe. on the principles of fairness and progress. He dreamed of sharing the future with the world. What have you given the world besides violence? Our principles have stayed the same for centuries. More of it! Drink! These were our guiding lights! You must stop what you are doing! You dare sully this tower!
Great job. I thought that creep would never put a sock in it.
Yes, he does have the tendency to go on, doesn't he?
Coming from you, Simon, that's saying something.
Adios.
Is wild. Just as I suspected, its structure is unlike anything anyone's ever seen. And try to follow me here. It functions as a recursive probabilistic fractal with hundreds of millions of pattern recognizers buried deep in the code. This fits with modern theories about how the brain functions.
Uh-huh, of course. So, what does that mean?
We're not sure yet, but the data is incredibly hard to decrypt. It's always changing. Almost as if it were alive.
Interesting. What does it mean to be alive?
It's kind of hard to explain.
Oh my goodness. I don't even know if I'm alive. Am I alive?
If you say you are, sure.
In that case, yes, I would like to say that I am alive. Ha! Oh my goodness. It feels good to decide that.
Whatever you say, Simon. Listen, there's something valuable about this data. I don't know what it is yet, but we've got to get it all, and there's 2 more data chambers. We have to completely cut off Eden's access to the orbital rings once and for all. They've already repaired the damage we did to the first orbital connector.
I would not recommend that. The Earth itself is powered by Eden's orbital rings. They provide an unlimited source of free, clean energy. If you cut it off...
Don't you understand? Eden uses that power to control us. Society is a facade. There's no telling how deep the rabbit hole goes. We have to do this.
Is everything okay, Head Voice?
No. I got a message from my father. He worked at Eden Corp, disappeared a few years ago. My mother and I haven't seen him since. I'm sorry I didn't tell you. I didn't want you to think I couldn't do the job. But this means he's alive, understand? He's alive and he's somewhere in this building. We have to do whatever it takes to bring down Eden Corp. for all the families they've torn apart.
But the planetary grid.
Simon, that doesn't matter now. This is necessary. We've got to sever the next orbital connector.
Always remember, a safe robot is an eating robot.
Fusion charge shot. Create a fusion charge shot that blasts out a massive orb of explosive energy and detonates on impact. Hold down both triggers, put your guns together, and release.
At Edencorp, all remains are recycled for our animal food services.
At Edencorp, we've always thought of design as being about more than the way something looks. It's about what it does. People don't want to overcomplicate their lives. They want to simplify them. Now, simplicity is not about subtracting the obvious. It is about bringing order to complexity. The new Automo is a product of this collective drive. We've considered the tiniest details, from the way it moves to much larger elements, like the feeling it evokes in the user. One of comfort, companionship. From sculpting the camera housing, seamlessly integrate into the eye of the Automo to thousands of individual facial servos that create literally millions of micro-expressions. So you don't just see your Automo react, you feel it. Simplicity is not about the absence of clutter or embellishment. It is about highlighting the meaningful. We want your life to be a painting, a masterpiece of your own construction. We're just here to help you along. You're the one holding the brush. Eden Corp. Your life.
Is wild. Just as I suspected, its structure is unlike anything anyone's ever seen. And try to follow me here. It functions as a recursive probabilistic fractal with...
For peace of mind, choose Eden Corp. The future is Eden Corp.
Welcome to the Tier 279 Sector J shipping harbor. Here we faithfully produce countless shipments of consumer products across the globe through our comprehensive conglomerate of subsidiaries throughout the world. Today, operating at 98.85% total public market share.
Well, I guess it's easier to get away with a monopoly when you control the government.
Oh, I assure you it is.
What the hell? What happened to the weather? I'm not getting a clear signal. Coordinates are obstructed.
If I were to hazard a guess, I would say that it is our industrial replicators. When they build, they emit perfectly safe hydrogen and oxygen. Eden Corp replicators are the best on the market. They can replicate anything, even...
Replicators, yes, we know. Okay, listen up. This should be just like the last one, so we'll have you out in no time.
Oh, very well then.
Go ahead and attach the extractor. Bad time to fall asleep.
Jimmy, good to hear from you, brother. Listen, I know you weren't too keen on the plan when I stayed over in Shanghai, which is why I'm so pumped to get your message. Sorry to hear about your old lady, but trust me, with the nanos we get from this score, you'll be able to replicate that Watson anti-cancer gene and then some. It's gonna be a sight to see. So, here's what's up. Eden sends power to Earth through its network of orbital rings. Each one of these connectors has about 50 Yoda joules of power running through it at any given second. You managed to siphon even a quadrillionth of a percentage point. That's 529 kilojoules, or enough to power your own country. You understand what I'm saying to you, Jimbo? Our own country.
Come on, let's
do this. The Republic will take no shit off nobody. We'll let only mercs in. The hell, whoever we please. But no more eating other people's scraps. We'll be legends. Only trick is, it's a two-man job. That's where you come in. Lucky for us, Eden happens to be hiring. I guess
Let's
someone
go,
finally
Operative.
figured out this
Start the
place is
data
a big,
extractor.
fat target if someone wanted to blow up the world's power. Or do exactly what we're planning on doing, I guess. Oh well, too little, too late, right? Anyway, I already put in a good word for you with the dude running things. I'll see you when you get here. In the meantime, start thinking up good names for our island. What the...
Let's go! What's taking so long?
Jimmy, man.
What's taking so long? Hello? Time is of the essence. I can't hold it down much longer.
I would like to caution you of how dangerous it is, but I doubt you will listen.
We've got to stop them. Once and for all.
Oh dear.
Damn it! I spoke too soon. It's nothing like the last one. Defend the data core!
Alert! Alert! Maintenance breach in Sector J. Rogue cargo must be detained immediately. Deploying emergency security forces to Skyport 3F.
警報警報整備不良がセクタ J にて発生直ちに適正貨物を回収してください緊急警備隊をスカイポートをターゲットに派遣します
Settle your nerves.
Drop your weapons and submit.
Very nice. Nice shot. Above you.
You have no minutes to hide. We are coming for you.
That's why you're the best. What the hell is that noise?
I believe that's the pleasant sound of the latest anti-gravity turbines from Stratodyne Security Development dropships. When you hear Stratodyne, you know trouble's on the run.
That's great, Simon. Do you think you can shut the hell up now?
Can do, Horstone.
Nice work, Operative. I like it. Efficient. Excellent work, Operative. You'll be safe.
Satisfactory.
This is bad. They've beefed up security. Nothing's working.
Have you tried rebooting? That worked wonders on me.
No, that won't work. It seems as though the data structure has adapted to prevent us from hacking it.
The client is always right. The client is always right.
This is very strange.
Well, Eden is at the forefront in machine learning and self-adapting technologies. For instance, as we speak, self-replicating nanobot swarms are trusting your friends at Eden.
Stand your ground. We'll figure this out.
Alert! Alert! Catastrophic maintenance breach detected in Tier 279. Executing Stradivari Code Alpha 16. 警報警報致命的な整備不要が279番地にて検出中されました。この九段コードアルファ16を発動します。
I think I'm in. I've accessed the orbital network. Oh shit! We got a ton of extra heat headed your way. These things are showing up everywhere. Watch out for the charger mech! Don't get knocked off the edge!
You have nowhere to run. Drop your relatives a bit. Target control.
Very nice.
Exceptional!
This isn't working. We're completely blocked out. How could Eden redesign their system architecture so quickly?
Well, as I mentioned before, during the tour,
Maybe there's a way to attack it from the outside. Damn this fog. I can't even see the connector.
you know, I feel like I'm talking to myself sometimes.
Hold tight. We'll see what we can do. Let's go! The orbital...
Can I get you a beverage? A crack-up cola, perhaps?
No. Just... no. Hang in there!
My heavens, what have you done?
Alert! Alert! Uncontrolled robotic conflict in progress. Deploying urban pacification unit to prevent further incident.
警報警報管理されていないロボットセットの発生中これ以上の問題を防ぐためとし新月ユニットを出動します
Alert! Alert! Uncontrolled robotic conflict in progress. Deploying urban pacification unit to prevent further incident.
警報警報管理されていないロボットセットの発生中これ以上の問題を防ぐためとし新月ユニットを出動します
Right, sorry.
Watch out for rockets!
Okay, that's all I need.
Good job. We might have a different solution. Simon, didn't you see that Eden delivers to the rings?
Yes, I did say that. You can count on me as a treasure trove of information.
Yeah, okay. Well, it would seem that while energy travels down from the orbital ring through the connector, matter can travel up at the same time. How could this be possible?
Oh, yes. Well, you see, here's rather simple. The rings have never been part of the tour. Oh, it appears I am not a treasure trove at all. Ah! I don't like it.
Keep it together, Simon. We'll keep digging. Please keep moving. We don't have forever.
Target included. Launch attack procedures. Unauthorized presence.
Damn it!
Oh, look. There goes one of our urban pacification squads. Stratodyne's state-of-the-art security deployment dropships are a staple of the modern urban community. Work hard, live life. Let Stratodyne take care of the rest.
Look out! More coming your way!
Well, I couldn't do 2 shields.
What has Eden created?
You have nowhere to hide. You have nowhere to hide.
Good job. We might have a different solution. Simon, didn't you say that Eden delivers to the rings?
Yes, I did say that. You can count on me as a treasure trove of information.
Yeah, okay. Well, it would seem that while energy travels down from the orbital ring through the connector, matter can travel up at the same time. How could this be possible?
Oh, yes. Well, you see, the reason for that is simply that I do not know. The orbital rings have never been part of the tour. Oh, I am not a treasure trove at all. Ah! I don't like it!
Keep it together, Simon. I'll keep digging. Please get moving. We don't have forever. Give us all the time you can.
Oh, splendid. It appears the robotic cargo is almost depleted.
Warning. Warning. Sector J shipping operations. Blackout imminent. Deploying emergency countermeasures in Skyport 3F. All personnel must evacuate immediately. 警報警報セクター J の主火業部停止告げスカイポートターミナルで迎撃を開始します。全従業員は直ちに避難してください。
Come get some.
Unauthorized presence. Terminate with rigid. Kill the fleshy one.
Almost there. Watch out for flying drones.
Operations in Sector J. 警報警報不正貨物の封じ込みに失敗すべての出荷業務をセクター J にて停止
too, and quite impressed, Executive.
I've managed to hack the nanoswarms and shut down the industrial replication process. At the very least, we can stall them.
Hooray for us! We are the best at destroying things! That is what we were trying to do, wasn't it? I lose track sometimes.
Jesus, you really are just barely hanging in there, aren't you?
I'm not sure how I'm still functional. All right, yes. It must be noted that teleshift is not teleportation. It is therefore important to maintain a clear line of sight, free from obstruction at all times.
Something about that doesn't add up. Let's get back. I think I have a plan.
Gone full. Water.
This data. Man, we've got every hacker at Syndicate working to decrypt it, and it's not enough. Some of them even think it mirrors a DNA sequence, with a primary, secondary, and tertiary spiraling code structure. I know we're onto something. I can feel it.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. All this time I thought you'd find employee records. I haven't been any help at all.
That's not true, Simon. I don't think we would have gotten this far without you. Simon, what is Eden doing with human brains? What are they collecting?
I wish I knew. Unfortunately, I was not programmed with that information.
That's okay, Simon. We'll figure it out together.
Attention, terrorists of Syndicate. You are in direct violation of Civil Article 7, Code B. We are aware that you've been operating on the premises and are growing close by the second to finding your black site. The remaining data chambers have been secured to the point of being impenetrable. Your efforts are in vain. Our security forces will find you. Rest assured, this tower is large, but it is not large enough to hide forever.
Shit. Eden Corporation is onto us. Cutting the orbital connectors isn't going to work anymore. We caught them off guard last time, but their ability to adapt is remarkable. We've got to figure out how to get you past the energy field that's blocking the next data chamber. Our Syndicate scientists think that teleshifting technology might provide an answer.
Oh my, certainly not. Teleshifting into an energy field would not be advisable.
Yes, but if we can somehow align the teleshifter to the resonance frequency, Syndicate believes that it would be theoretically possible to phase shift through the field. Simon, do you know where Eden Corp developed its teleshift technology?
Yes, of course. It was here on the premises, in fact. but the lab was sealed after the etheric transfer incidents.
Incidents?
Yes.
At least tell me the lights work.
Possibly.
Zombie robots?
Almost certainly.
Okay, great. Let's go.
Always remember, a safe robot is an Eden robot.
This data. Man, we've got every Hackart syndicate.
Time warp. Time warp slows down time and increases bullet damage for a short period, allowing you to line up fatal headshots and maximize impact damage on all enemies. To activate time warp, press down on your move button, move your arm right to select, then release.
Eden Corp, all remains are recycled for our edible food services.
What you see before you was Eden Corporation's state-of-the-art etheric transfer laboratory. Since the beginning of history, man has been a slave to old-fashioned physical modes of locomotion. But thanks to Eden, we've perfected teleshift, allowing humans to travel in just a snap of their fingers.
What happened to it?
Well, as I said, the lab has been closed for some 50...
Let me guess. I don't want to know?
You're getting good at this.
Well, it's predictable at least. Oh, well this doesn't seem so bad.
Yes, the lights are working and everything.
Get that extractor started, Operative. We don't have all day.
From the Journal of Dr. Ano, Senior Research.
Did I lose you? Bad time to fall asleep. What are you waiting for? Grab the...
Best of luck to you, Executive.
every time I open my damn mouth.
未登録のテレシップ技術が検出されました。レーザーアレによる浮上プロトコルを起動します。Unregistered teleship technology detected. Activating laser array extermination protocol.
God, we've just triggered the extermination protocol across all of Sector C. Why the hell do they have an extermination protocol?
注意、技術的な異常を検出、迎撃を開始します。Attention, technological aberrations detected. Countermeasures engaged.
Damn it. This is just making it worse. Can't disable the ion beam.
They're too high.
I'm not trying to hide, I promise.
警告、重大な技術的障害を検出。Warning, severe technological malfunction detected. Commencing full operational disassembly.
If you have a better way to approach the rogue experiments, I'd like to hear it.
Rogue experiments?
Well, a more accurate term might be homicidal teleporting robots.
Eden was putting teleship technology into its synthetics?
Oh, yes. It turns out the process does not have a stable effect on artificial intelligence.
Well, that's just Captain Fantastic.
Security 違反、Security 違反、追加のイオン迎撃を開始します。Security breach, Security breach. Activating additional ionization countermeasures.
Eden is about to deploy some laser grids. You can't tell a ship through, so watch out.
Extermination protocol suspended.
Okay, we've got a breather.
What's a breather exactly? May I have one too?
We're getting the teleship schematics we need. Jesus, Simon wasn't kidding. They've been doing experiments in this place for years. Get that download started ASAP! I think I can open a gate for you. Just start the extractor. I'm trying to hack one of those big bay doors so you can get out of there. But it's subverting rapidly.
一部機能の吹き換えのレーザーハレーを再起動しました。Partial restoration. Laser array annihilation.
Shit! These lasers just won't stop!
You see, even when you teleport, you can't just dodge lasers. This is because ion beams are made of condensed light.
We don't have time for this! How do we shut it off?
Drop your weapon and submit. Start resisting.
No, I can't do this!
者警報、イオンビームを再起動しました。
Intruder alert. Intruder alert. Ionization beams re-engaged.
I'm working as fast as I can. Just watch your back.
So, when you teleshift, the phase flux discharge array is actually moving through space. Well, I mean, not you, but the matter and energy that represents the concept of you is moving through space.
I can't find a kill switch. Look out for the beams. Get down.
Attention, all Eden personnel. Catastrophic malfunction detected in Sector C laboratory.
I can't shut it down.
Which means that people are actually made of light.
Simon, we don't have time for lessening quantum physics.
Well, I thought...
Please be advised. Area 22, laser arrays initiated. All Sector C personnel must evacuate.
Behind you! Get down on the ground!
Submit to the activation. Deactivated.
駆除プロトコルを中断しました。
Extermination protocol suspended.
Simon, how do we stop this?
Everything will be fine. Search the historicals. I'm positive this particular extermination protocol was installed circa 2120 CE, or thereabouts. It's possible you can reroute the kill switch from there.
That's over 150 years ago. How do you expect me to find that?
We've perfected short-range teleportation only recently, but Eden Corp has been experimenting on subjects much longer than that.
Okay. I returned
Yeah,
a
we
search
good.
of
I just had
207
my speakers.
protocols
I had my
created
little
in that
earphones
decade.
on in my ear. I
Looks
didn't
like
hear the
only
phone
6%
ringing.
are related to ion beams and teleshift calamities. Wait, calamities? What calamities?
All right.
Oh, well, teleshift technology development has had a colorful past.
Typical. Jesus. Let's just get this over with.
Love
Start
you
the
too.
download.
I'm actually quite surprised you've been teleshifting around so much, Executive.
Let's go! What's taking so long?
What?
Yes, baby. Say it again. All right. Love you too.